don't even know how to start this, man. That notification just threw me off bad. So much for streamer mode, bro. But as you can tell by the title of the stream, some points we'll be talking about. But before I get into that, thinking how I want to do this. Take a sip of some water real quick. Oof, disgusting. Now, I hope y'all doing well, whoever watching, whoever listening. Just kick back and relax. And I might as well get into the first point right now. There's nothing much to say. Now, I want to talk about how much I value peace. Well, peace is a loaded topic, to say the least, bro. Peace is very loaded. But I'll be talking about how much I value it, what does it mean to me? Because some people find peace in different things, I don't think peace is something that is sort of unique to everyone. Like no one has the same definition of peace, just as like nobody speaks the same type of English. There's slang, there's all that good stuff. But I want to talk about how valuable it is to me. What I mean by how valuable is like how much it really means to me. I mean, of course, but the people around me don't necessarily think the same way I do. They don't think peace is mandatory or anything. I don't know, maybe they find peace in the chaos that they make, but I don't. And a lot of things tend to mess with my peace. Anything could easily mess up my day, and that's a problem on myself. I can't really blame the world for that, but all I can do is separate myself from it. I'll talk about how I first, got to this point of valuing peace, because back then I didn't always value, peace. I was all about chaos and destruction, all of that, Talk crazy out my mouth, do crazy things. Anybody who knew me in the past could tell you, it was all over the place, doing all type of stuff, saying all type of words. But I think it's those things doing those things and seeing the result of it really made me understand peace and how important it is. And I'm at a point to where I'm just tired of all of the same negativity and the same, you know. Negativity is to a point where it's getting boring for me. You know? Like it's nothing new. It's the same stuff that's been happening that I've been on, and I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the yelling, I'm tired of the, getting angry at people. I'm tired of people getting angry at each other. I'm tired of just, little stuff like that, bruh. It doesn't get anyone anywhere. It doesn't fix anything. It doesn't even make you happier. When you think it makes you happier, it really doesn't. It ruins it really clouds your mind and judgment and perception of life with how much negativity, goes on around you and in front of you. That's why I'm so adamant on my peace. That's why I go crazy behind it, I can't just... That's why I can't take any more of it, Call it soft or call it weird or call it whatever. Because, that's what my family tends to think. They think, oh, I'm soft because, I don't want to hear, bad things. I just don't want to hear it, I have so much going on. Like, in a person's life, there's so much going on in your life. You don't really have time to just sit around and absorb all of that, I barely have time to even do things that I enjoy. There's so much bad stuff, going on in my mind as is. And I have to walk out my room and hear it. I have to log onto the internet to hear it. I watch YouTube and I gotta hear this. I don't want to hear that, man. And 9 times out of 10, it's negativity that you can control too. Like, it'll be things like stuff that don't even need to be, spoken about. Stuff that don't even need any, Like, on one hand, it is cool because I'm not saying avoid negative things in life, because everything requires a balance. You got your negative and positive. Just don't override yourself with negativity, because I've done that, bro, and it really makes you miserable, man. You really just don't enjoy life anymore. You feel like everything is just bad. And it makes your drive, it reduces your drive. That's the real problem. At least for me, it reduced my drive a lot. Going through the motions thinking, well, man, what's the point? Life sucks so bad. But I had to really think about the moments where I was peaceful, not happy, but peaceful. That's where I felt the best. To me, happiness and anger and all those things are just emotions that everyone is bound to feel at some point. But peace is so important because it gives you a chance to process those emotions. That's why peace is so valuable to me. I have so many, unprocessed things and so much stuff that happened in my life that I haven't really, thought about, or, so many things that I said, so many things that I've done that I haven't even, really processed. And so that's why peace is so valuable to me. But On to the next topic. Now, I'll talk about where I find peace, This will be quick, but what are the things that I find peace in? And honestly, that's something I have to think about for a little minute. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I know, but I don't really. Like, I find peace in a lot of things, I find peace in games, talking to friends, laughing, joking, stuff like that. I find peace in making stuff. I find peace in, looking at nature and life. Just, live. It really is something about nature that really calms my soul. Especially the sky, bro. Like, just seeing things you just live and carry out is just something that brings, true peace to my heart. But over that, I think it's music. Music is a really powerful tool. Even right now, you're probably listening to this ambient. And makes you more tied into the current moment, the present. That's why I really love ambient music. Now, I do love other music and things, but those are just, majority of times they're distractions. And distractions aren't bad. Sometimes distractions can be positive for you. But yeah, I really do find peace in music like this. But I wouldn't even say that fully. I'd say I find more of it makes me present. That's really it. But yeah, next point. It is also kind of ties in with being present. Getting comfortable with being bored too is one I struggle with myself, and I believe a lot of people struggle with. But being comfortable and content with boredom, it really takes you far. It really does. Because thinking about it, that was when I was the most creative, the most mindful, the most just, I don't want to say happy, but I just felt alive, Being present really is about feeling alive. Because when you just go throughout your days like a bot, doing chores and doing all this stuff every day, you don't even live. Like, can you remember you brushing your teeth 3 nights ago? What you exactly did? Because it's like you're on autopilot. Your brain you aren't present. This is just something you do every day. And yes, you should, I'm not saying not take care of things or, that living sometimes on autopilot is all the way bad. It isn't. But too much of it, life just passes by. That's why for so many people, time moves so fast. And they're like, last year was just like, it felt like yesterday. But for people like me, it really doesn't feel like, time moves really slow, but also fast at the same time. But it's because I can remember all those times where I was, bored. It's like being at school and, when you're waiting to get out, that when you look up at that clock, it's moving so slow. I don't know. What I'm really trying to say is just find a balance. And being bored ain't bad. But yeah, this is gonna be a really short one, probably. I mean, I did want this to be the podcast to be short. I don't want it to be really long or anything, because they're just quick points to talk about. But being bored also ties into my next point that I want to touch on about. And I might last on this for a while. I might last on this point for a while. But I think a lot of, I'll say for me at least, a lot of the reason why I'm like, I wouldn't say it causes me to be bored, but I just hate doing a lot of things without any purpose or reasoning behind it. I just find it really hard to do things that isn't going to serve me any real reason or purpose. So my point is, is purpose and reasoning really necessary? Is the question I've been asking myself for a minute. Because a lot of the people around me care about things that I don't understand. Like, how do you care about this? But at the same time, on the other hand, I think about it, well, I care about stuff that they really would think the same thing on. So I don't know too much about that. I want to say it is necessary, but to each his own type of thing, To each his own. Yeah. I don't know. That wasn't really a point or anything to touch on. Now thinking about it, looking ahead. Because originally I, was gonna have that point to talk about, with multiple people. But yeah, that's not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out. Okay. Now, something else I do want to touch up on too, which kind of relates to peace and all of this in a weird way. But it's, can you really control anything? This is why peace is so important, right? Finding solace in things is so important, because I believe it's a lot of things and factors in life that you just can't control. It's not, I believe it's true. It's a lot of factors you just can't control. A lot of things you can't change. And a lot of things that is coming in the future that you can't prevent. And A lot of things that you've done that you can't change. So I believe it's just important to find some type of peace in the chaos of life, of how little control we have. You know, it's just interesting to think about how little control we have over anything, you know? Because one day, you know, anything could just happen. You could just have a heart attack right now. I could just, you know, and it could seemingly happen without any reasoning or why or how. It's just, things just happen. A lot of things in life just happened. That's why I really don't think there's any purpose or any real reason to anything, you know? Purpose and reasoning. I'm going back to that point. I said I was going to the next one, but back on that, purpose and reasoning isn't a real thing to me. It's just as fake as an emotion, like how anger and happiness is. It's just some feeling or some thought in your head that justifies what you're doing. But in the grand scheme of the universe and everything, none of this has a purpose. Why does the Earth orbit the sun? It just does. Why is there 7 planets in the solar system? It's just 7 planets in the solar system. There's no reasoning. There's no why or, you know? And as humans, I don't know why we seek purpose in everything that we do. It's just nature for us, only us though. No other animal questions its purpose or reasoning. They just live. You know, a dog barks. A dog doesn't just sit there and, well, why do I bark? Humans are really complex creatures, man. But, you know, that's why it's just important to just do the things that you enjoy doing and be yourself. You know, of course you're gonna have moments where you falter and, you know, because no one is perfect, you know, so it's just important just to remember that none of this is, you know, nothing matters. Like, really nothing matters. The only thing that really matters is you. You are the center of the universe because you perceive the universe. You know, you are technically the end all and be all. As your perception, you are the end all and be all. So, you know, don't get too caught up into the life stuff, trying to be better or trying to, you know, don't get too caught up into the grind and the materialistic things. You know, everyone says this, but, you know, it's typical things that everyone says, but, you know, just remember that fact and just, you know, no one's opinions matter. You don't really matter either to the universe. Just take care of the things that matter to you and look after the things that mean something to you. That's all you can do. You can't make anyone do anything or change anything in life, you know. It's best just to live and just observe and just take it all in. Yeah. It's gonna be a really short one. And I know I'm just talking, like talking in a weird way, asking, you know, saying, and all this stuff. It's because I'm trying to think and I'm trying to speak. And I don't want it to be weird pauses in between where it's just no audio or no anything. But yeah, let's look at some more points. I mean, well, I don't have any other points written down, but I could just free flow this. Thoughts from the mind. It's what I usually like to do, but when I do that, it makes me just sit on one thing. I don't like to focus on just one thing. But the point of the podcast is to talk about more stuff. But I got peace and contentment out the way. That's what I mainly wanted to talk about. But yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, going back to my point of just, you being the end all and be all, it's imperative to take care of yourself. And don't get caught up into things that make you forget what's important to you. Because as humans, we're all, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and you're gonna end up preoccupied with something that really isn't, your purpose or calling or anything that you really care about. You get caught up into, I've gotten caught up into many things. I'll speak about that. As a matter of fact, I gotten caught up with things that I thought that would, matter. I thought those things mattered. Those little things mattered, I thought that, and looking back, it's it's kind of foolish, it's kind of stupid, but I thought because everyone around, my family and stuff, I thought I had to be, social, like if I didn't go outside, I was a failure of some sort. Or I don't have any friends, or I don't go to any parties. I'm not really fulfilling, what I'm supposed to be. That's what I thought. I need to go to a normal high school, have normal friends, get normal girls, have a normal graduation. I was just obsessed with this sense of normalcy, and that, if I wasn't normal, I wasn't living, I didn't achieve anything. And it really distracted me from what mattered, because growing up, I never cared about any of those things, I cared about playing, games and stuff like that. I wasn't worried about having friends when I was a child. I was playing with my toys. I would play by myself. I would find solace and peace in watching stuff and, doing the stuff that I did. And I never really had any, friends as a child. Like, I did have, other kids that I would play with, but none of them, were my friends or anything. Never really just got along for the sake of getting along. As a kid, I wasn't so caught up with trying to make a place for myself in society and trying to, be the cool kid and be the, the normal kid who, I think it just something just snapped. Because as I was growing up, because everyone I know has like, friends and stuff, and, and girlfriends and stuff. And I don't, so it's weird to kind of feel like, it's hard to feel like you're doing something right and doing something proper in the position I'm in, but it distracted me. It really did. It stunted my growth, I would say. It stunted my growth of becoming, something I was meant to be. Hadn't I been, on my purpose and on, not my purpose, but who I really am, and was just focused on being myself and growing, I would be so far ahead of what I am, now. I just regret caring about that stuff because I put in so much effort and all of that for nothing, and even if I did achieve it, I still wouldn't have been content or happy or at peace with anything because I never wanted that. I never wanted, any of that. I had to really think. What I really wanted was peace. What I really wanted to find was that peace and that self-love, I wanted to feel like I was doing something. So I have to really think, is this really worth it? I have to really backtrack and, start focusing on things that I care about and doing and living life, my way. And now I'm just growing linearly, and going through the motions of my life. I'm not worried about this guy or trying to be this guy or trying to compete with this guy. That doesn't concern me. I'm very supportive of everybody now. I don't hate anyone anymore, I'm not jealous of anyone anymore. I'm not concerned with all that stuff anymore like I was before. Hell bent on stuff. Why does he have this and I don't have this? Just crying and whining about things that, that's not for me. That life isn't for me. I enjoy what I got, now. Like, I enjoy talking like this, and I enjoy making podcasts. I enjoy making stuff. I enjoy making music. I enjoy making, all this other stuff. I enjoy talking to, my folks and stuff like that. I love playing the game. I love things like that, Yeah, I get bored and stuff, but I have so many other things to do and to worry about. A friend or a female was never my concern as a child, and it just made me so mad recently though. After, it was like, what snapped, man? What wiring was in my brain that just made me lose everything? Like, that wasn't even a thought in my head as a kid, and it just happened. But I digress, man. Just remember to focus on yourself and grow as a person, as an individual. person you need to worry about impressing is yourself. You know? Or, well, if you do feel the need to impress people, you really derive happiness from that. Speaking of that, you know, be real about the things that make you happy. Don't be ashamed because I don't agree with it, or because they don't agree with it, because we don't agree with what you do, or, you know. You don't need anyone's say so or anyone's, you know, approval. Like, just be honest about what you're happy about, you know. I enjoy simple things, bro. I'm gonna be real. I don't care about, yeah, bro. I don't care about looking, you know, good or anything like that, bro. I don't care about a lot of that stuff, bro. Yeah, I'm a nerd, bro. I care about, you know, music theory, YouTube, and growing, and nature and stuff, bro. You know, I'm a little weirdo. I care about my anime, you know. I care about my stuff like that. But, you know, I'm not lying about it. I'm not up here. You know, I can't sit up here and act like I care about those other things, man. Those things don't make me happy, bro. And I have to be honest. Yeah, man, that stuff, I don't care about that stuff. I don't. Regardless of what you think about it, regardless of if you think it's bad or good or whatever, you're entitled to that, and you can have that, but that doesn't matter to my, you know, happiness. And no one can take that away from you, unless you out there, you know, I don't know what, like, don't be deriving happiness from, you know, as long as what you're doing is moral, legal, and ethical, it doesn't matter. But now, if you start crossing the grounds of, you know, if you're one of them, if you're, you know, because I don't want to egg anyone on, man. Like, if you're a murderer, please don't derive happiness for, you know, killing things. That's not really good. That's not good. You know. But for the majority of y'all, though, you know, just, that's really it. Yeah, I think this might be the end. Okay, keep it short, simple, and sweet. Oh, they in the chat, bro. What's good with y'all, bro? I see y'all. I don't usually be reading that chat, bro. I'm glad I kept it open. No pot, invite this criminal, so, bruh, you was the one who told me, yo, you should do a solo one, and I'm like, you know, maybe I should. I got y'all next time, though. Definitely, man. I just needed a little time to think to myself, let my thoughts just, wow, bruh. Like, man. Bro, what? Alright. Yeah, bro, I think this is over, man. This is over. He's blocked. He's blocked after this. But yeah, is there anything? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I need to touch on about? You know. Because I do want to touch up on something, that saying that everyone is special. It's true, but to some degree. Everyone has the potential to be something special. I believe that 80% of people, though, they're really limiting themselves really bad for the sake of appearing cool and appearing, for appearing some type of way. They're really limiting themselves. But that's why in this generation you've seen the rise of people just, a rise of just varying people and stuff. It's because it's now, more accepting and more lenient to be yourself. But even then, there's always going to be those people who just, limit themselves, bro. And limit their creativity. Everyone has unique experiences, and as long as everyone has unique experiences, everyone's special in their own unique way. As long as they stop lying about not having those, experiences, or, burying it and letting it show, then there'll be, something special and something worthwhile. That's, But it's human nature to care about opinions and, wanting to fit in. Like, don't feel bad for wanting to fit in and, wanting to have a place in society or wherever group, you're in, or, it's not bad. It's human nature to want to do that, but to understand that, don't forget your life. Your life, what led you up to this point, is going to keep leading you to more places till you die, man. But that's really it. I'll end it off at that. It was a nice little podcast, something to just, let my, brain flow. What is he? Everybody got a goal until they want to do the goal. Not gonna lie. That's true. But it's much more complicated than that, though. Because sometimes, life will just throw a stray at you, bruh. And just, put a halt in your goal and everything, bruh. Nothing's impossible, though. With time and dedication, you can hit any goal. But so many factors and stuff. Some people make unrealistic goals and stuff, and unreasonable, illogical things. And then sometimes goals just change. Sometimes goals is just like, you just realize that, man, I don't even want that or want that much, or, maybe you just realize that the goal, maybe you just abandon it entirely because the goal isn't even, worth it in your eyes. But if you really have a goal and you really want to do something, just do it. There's no, But I think, thinking about it too much will really make it harder on you, because some people, they'll put it off for a week, and then, they wait 2 weeks, and then, like, after a while, they be like, oh, I waited too long, it's not gonna work, and then they wait even longer, and then they, it's just an infinite loop of just waiting and waiting and, trying. It's so much, man. Do I want to speak about goals even longer? You got me just in this podcast just thinking now, bro. About to extend the podcast, bro. Dang, dude. Hey, might as well. What I got to lose? Yeah. Let me think on that. Why does Yeah, I think it's because people are so afraid of wasting their time. I think that's the real, I think that's another downside to being, so purpose driven. You know, like I think that's the result of a result based mindset. And I was like that at one point too, because they think, they didn't get enough done, or they, or there isn't enough to work off of, and it's just, they wait longer and longer and put it off, and, or something may just happen that just halts their progress, and, they feel like it's the end of the world, like, no, I can't keep going, it won't happen in time, or, stuff like that. It's the result of a result-based mindset. It's okay to, kill a bit of time and waste time. It's important to remember that you have finite time, but remember that you have enough time. As long as you're alive and you can think about the goal, you have the power to do something about it at any time. You have finite time, but you have enough. Because living fear-based like that it's positive for results, but it's negative for your mindset. And ultimately that impacts results, so you can make an argument for like, is that even really positive for results? It's important just to have a good mindset when chasing goals, Not to rush things, let it. Sometimes you gotta let the fish come to the bait, bro. Sometimes you. Bruh. This nigga Mel got me thinking about them analogies, bro. I made a completely normal analogy, but listen. Sometimes you just gotta let it come to you, bruh. And it's okay to not achieve, what you sought out to have. Just, it's all about progress. Just, achieve something you're comfortable with, or something that means something to you. Like imagine if the end of this year my goal is to make $1 million. And at the end of the year, I made $100,000. Not even half the goal. $100,000 is a significant improvement from what I have now, from what I make, bro. Do you know how much? That's so much progress. But you're so goal oriented that you're blinded by the goal. Like, you're looking at it's like you're looking up at the mountain, but you're not paying attention to the mountain you're climbing. Let me see, that's hard for me though. I'm patient. I want something, bro. I want it immediately, but you're right. Let the fish come to the bait. Yeah, bro. It's just, just let it, just work it. Pause. Just work it a little bit. Just, So it's not, you don't really want to think about the results. You kind of just want to just work to it. It's important to just enjoy what you're doing as a base. It's important to just to be, just to be. That's the real key to getting locked in. Just enjoy the journey. Because as long as you enjoy that, everything else is just gonna come. Thinking about it ain't gonna come any faster. It's just gonna hinder your process. It's just gonna make you like I said, mindset important. That's another hindrance on the mindset. It just, bogs you down. It's like, this isn't moving fast enough. This isn't, oh man, bruh. And I've been there and done that. Sometimes I still catch myself doing it. Be making something and it fell, and it'd be like, oh man, this melody isn't coming together fast enough for how I want it to. Just, let it be. Let it be. But, yeah, I think that's it. 50 minutes. This is longer than I, thought this podcast would be. But, getting back to the goals, though, making progress. That's what's up. That's all it's about, All this about is just living and seeing, bro, and growing. As long as you're changing, bro, and growing, you always making progress, bro. But yeah, that's it for this podcast. Anybody who's listening, made it this far, I hope you, get to where you're trying to get to in life with your goals and things, and hope you find peace in your future. And that's it. I'm out.